story. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining us on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. My name is Olushola Oyewole. The federal government has declared Friday, September 5, as a public holiday to mark this year's Eid al-Maulud, the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. The statement was issued by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, on behalf of the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo. The government congratulated Muslims across the country and in the diaspora on the occasion, urging them to emulate the Prophet's virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion. Sudan has appealed for international aid after a landslide destroyed an entire village in the western Darfur region, killing more than 1,000 people in one of the deadliest natural disasters in recent history in the country, beset by a brutal civil war. The village of Tarasin was completely leveled to the ground. The Sudan Liberation Movement, stroke Army SLMA, the rebel group that controls the area, said as it appealed to the United Nations and international aid groups for help to recover the bodies on Tuesday. The tragedy happened on Sunday in the village located in central Darfur's Mara Mountains after days of heavy rainfall. From Burkina Faso comes the report that Burkina Faso has passed a law making homosexual acts illegal, a move that reflects growing restrictions on LGBT rights across West Africa. The transitional unelected parliament approved the legislation on Monday, building on a draft family code adopted by the cabinet last year. Justice Minister Edaso Bayala explained that foreign nationals caught violating the law would face deportation. And now on to China. China flexed its military muscle at a huge military parade in Beijing to mark 80 years since the end of World War II, displaying its latest generation of stealth fighters, tanks, and ballistic missiles amid a highly choreographed cast of thousands. The parade through Tiananmen Square today was overseen by Chinese President Xi Jinping, who is also the head of the country's military and the Chinese Communist Party. After greeting foreign leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Xi moved on to welcome Chinese military veterans before taking his place at the center of the event. Putin and Kim were just some of the 26 world leaders who attended the parade, in a group that was drawn from mostly non-Western countries. The news is coming to you from 24 News Radio and Television at Duikiti. You can download our app on Google Play Store or monitor us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And now on to the rest of the news. Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. A Kremlin aide has dismissed remarks by United States President Donald Trump that Russian, Chinese, and North Korean leaders were conspiring against the United States, saying no one even had this in their thoughts. The comments came after Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un held talks in Beijing today, where both leaders praised the deepening military partnership between Moscow and Pyongyang. And from Peru comes the report that the Peruvian government has offered its condolences for the assassination of an Indonesian diplomat in its capital, Lima, calling the situation lamentable and a heinous act. On Tuesday, the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement expressing its deepest condolences and deepest condemnation for the killing of Zetro Purba, 40, a member of Indonesia's diplomatic corps. Surveillance footage released by Peruvian police shows Purba cycling home to his apartment on Monday night when an unknown assailant wearing a helmet approached him near the building's entrance and shot him twice. The Peruvian Foreign Ministry confirmed an investigation was underway to find those responsible. In the meantime, President Donald Trump says the U.S. has carried out a strike against a drug-carrying vessel in the southern Caribbean, killing 11 narco-terrorists. He posted on social media that Tuesday's U.S. military operation had targeted members of the Venezuelan gang. Trump said the vessel was in international waters and was transporting illegal narcotics bound for the United States. And now on to Pakistan, where report has it that two officials in the troubled southwestern Pakistani province said at least 11 people were killed when a suicide bomber blew himself up at a political rally in Balochistan. The officials, speaking on condition of anonymity, noted that at least 40 people were wounded in the explosion, which took place in the parking lot of a stadium in the provincial capital Quetta, where hundreds of members of the Balochistan National Party BNP had gathered. Balochistan is Pakistan's largest and most resource-rich province, but is also its poorest and regularly ranks among the lowest on Human Development Indicator scorecards. And with that report from Pakistan, we've come to the end of the news at noon. Thank you very much for joining us, and do join us again at 5 when we shall be coming your way with the news update. Until then, keep watching and also keep listening to 24 News Radio and Television. Good afternoon once again.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilori, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are News.